Hey, what's up guys? I'm Jordan Still. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be comparing the Friedman IR-X versus the Fractal HB100 amp model. Now, this is something I've been wanting to do ever since I got the Friedman IR-X back a few months ago. I've been using the Fractal FM3 for a little over a year now. I love it. It's great. It's a great direct solution. And coincidentally, I used the Friedman HB100 amp model. And so when the IR-X came out, I thought it'd be a great comparison to see which one I prefer. Now, of course, this is not a should you buy a Fractal FM3 or should you buy the Friedman IR-X. It could be partly that, but they're two completely different devices. What the Fractal can do is so much more than the Friedman IR-X, but I'm just going to be comparing today three main things and kind of giving points to each. So the first one is just overall tone, and it's going to be just basically off playing different rhythm and lead ideas and see which one kind of naturally I enjoy the sound of the most. The second thing, which probably in my opinion is one of the most important things, and that's going to be the dynamic response. So I'm going to be doing some different pick attacks, quiet, like soft, hard, adjusting the volume knob, and seeing how it reacts. And I'm going to be seeing which one reacts more dynamic and tube amp like. And then the last one is not going to be really conveyable over the camera exactly, but I'm going to let you guys know. And I'm just going to be basically which one is naturally more inspiring to play, which do I feel that ideas are flowing out just more naturally and feel more creative in playing that particular unit. If you would like to support me and this channel, go check out my Patreon. The link is in the description below. Over there, you'll find tons of great guitar lessons, all with tab covering scales, licks, techniques, and much more. You also get early access to videos, and you can sign up for one-on-one lessons with me. Thank you guys so much for the support. Let's get back to the video. We're going to be starting off with the Fractal, and we're going to be starting off with some rhythm ideas. And I'm going to simply be going back and forth between the Fractal and the IR-X, trying to do similar ideas for you guys can hear the sound difference, and I can portray to you what I'm thinking personally. And right now, everything is set on both to noon. So the volume, the bass, treble, gain, mid, all that stuff is set to noon. So right up the middle. And one thing, it's going to be a massive tonal difference, is I am using different IRs with this. I'm using some of the stock IR-X IRs, and then I actually uploaded some greenback IRs in the Fractal. But like I said, this is not a direct tone comparison. I will be like, oh, this one, I like how this sounds better, I like how it reacts. But it's going to be a more just overall what feels better, what's more inspiring, and what I would kind of reach to for this particular tone. All right, so let's start off. We're looking at the Fractal FM3, and let's hear some rhythm ideas, do some palm muting and different things like that. All right, this is channel 2 of the IR-X. It's very similar, at least feeling and sounding right now. So let's go to a different riff. We're still going to be on the Friedman, and then we'll switch back to the Fractal in a moment. All right, the Fractal FM3. So now we're going to go into some more lead ideas. I'm going to start off just basic kind of bluesy stuff and see the difference in tone, starting off with the Fractal FM3. All right, let's hear the Friedman IR-X. So that's everything at noon. I'm going to crank the gain up and do a little bit more heavy rhythm stuff and heavy lead stuff. I think I'm going to crank up. I'm going to put the gain at like 3 o'clock, maybe even to max. I'm not sure. I'm going to kind of find a good comparison here. All right, now I got the Friedman IR-X with the gain on max on the second channel, and then the Fractal, it's pretty much max on the same channel that I was going on there. Now we're going to do some heavy riffage. All right, let's hear the Fractal FM3. All right, let's do some heavy shred licks and see how they sound with this higher gain setting. All right, let's hear the Friedman IR-X. All right, that is round one. All right, that has been round one, and I'm going to give round one to the Friedman IR-X. And I could probably tweak it more with the Friedman 100%, but just naturally out of the box, there's this kind of lower mid, like maybe around 200, 250 hertz, that there's just a lot of it going on the Friedman. Sorry, on the Fractal FM3, there's a lot of it going on where it gets a little muddy and it's not as tight, where the Friedman kind of is naturally scooped in that area, which I personally really, really enjoy. And we're getting to this more like the second and third round. The high end frequency on the Fractal, like there's like where the sparkle range is, which I'm not really sure where that might be, like 3,000 or 5,000 hertz, something like that. The Friedman does it more realistically, in my opinion, than the Fractal. The Fractal gets this, that's where that digital sound really kind of pokes out. And it's almost, it's just, it doesn't sparkle in the right zone, where the Friedman hits that sparkle and is almost overly bright naturally, but there's something that's very realistic and very tube amp-like from that. So I'm going to give round one to the Friedman IR-X. All right, now we're going to be sticking to the high gain sound, and we're going to experiment there with the dynamics. So we're going to do some different picking stuff, some light picks, hard picks, see how it reacts. And then we're going to go into some volume knob adjustments and see what's going on. So I'm going to start off with some chordal stuff. All right, never mind. I changed my mind. We're dropping the gain down to the original gain level. It's still a lot of gain, but it's not like way over. All right, we're going to start off with some chordal stuff. All right, that was a Friedman IR-X. Let's hear the Fractal FM3 now. That was pretty interesting right there. It was a lot closer than I was expecting. This is going to be interesting going into the volume adjustment kind of range of the dynamics. For that, I'm going to go to the neck pickup, and we're still in the Fractal FM3. So here's full volume. And we're going to be starting off with rhythm stuff and then moving on to some lead ideas with the volume knob adjustments. That was on 10. Same thing. We're going to roll down to 5. All right, now the same thing, but on 1. All right, now let's hear the same exact thing with the Friedman IR-X. All right, now we're going to roll down to 5 on the volume knob. And now 1 on the volume knob. This is going to be super tough. We're going to move it to the last part of round 2 here, and I'm going to do some lead ideas, and we're going to be all encompassing the volume knob and different picking dynamics, and I'm going to kind of go through and see which one I think is best. This has been a close race so far here. Friedman IR-X. All right, let's hear the same thing with the Fractal FM3. Wow. Okay. genuinely don't know how to put a proper measurement on that. I don't know which one's more dynamic. And I don't want to say a tie, because then on the next thing, if the Fractal wins, and then there's no winner if that happens. So I have to say a tie. I think dynamic wise, and I'm very impressed with both, is they're completely equivalent in my opinion. They respond very well to dynamic response, whether it's a volume knob or your pick attack. So a tie. All right, let's move on to round 3, and that's just gonna be, it's gonna be hard to kind of convey this on the camera, but it's like what naturally inspires me more and makes me want to keep playing and helps me come up with new ideas. All right, we're gonna start off with the Fractal. I'm just gonna kind of noodle around and jam, see how it goes, and then we're gonna switch to the Friedman IR-X. In doing this, I'm gonna be switching between rhythm, volume knob adjustments, all kinds of different things, and we're gonna come up with a conclusion and see if there's a winner or if it's just a tie. All right, let's hear the Fractal FM3. All right, let's go back to the Friedman IR-X. All right, I have my conclusion. Sorry, that was kind of a long process there. Now, keep in mind, I'm running this, I'm putting a little bit of reverb on both from Universal Audio Pure Plate Reverb, and it's the same exact amount on both, okay? Because I didn't want to use the full potential of the Fractal, obviously, because that'd be kind of, obviously, the Fractal does way more than just the Friedman amp sound, but that's what we're comparing today. And I say that because there's this natural compression in the Fractal, probably because it's digital, completely digital. There's not like tubes in it. But when it comes to just right out the box playing, that little extra kind of smoothness that happens, I feel like it makes it a little bit more easy to play, which then leads to kind of a more inspirational kind of thing. Now, I made a video on my kind of ampless setup with the Friedman IR-X. I add a compressor plugin in typically. I'm not doing that right now. And so that's might be why there's a slight difference. But I'm actually going to give round 3 to the Fractal, which I was not expecting this. It was just funny. I don't know if other YouTubers like prepare videos like this. I just had this idea, and I literally have never tried this since I got the Fractal and the Friedman IR-X together. I've never tried them back to back, so this was completely spontaneous for me. And I wasn't, all the time I do this, and I'm just not expecting the outcome, genuinely. So I'm going to give round 3 to the Fractal. It is more inspiring to play. I think it's the compression thing, but nonetheless, it feels more inspiring, which now we have a tie, which is a problem. That's very unfortunate. This is going to be like, we need a rematch, I guess, eventually. Maybe you guys in the comments below can help me out and figure out a better way for we can have a conclusion to this theory. But, you know, the Friedman is what, $499, $500. The Fractal's like $1,000 or $1,100 or something like that. If we're thinking about which one to buy, of course, you know, the Fractal's twice the price, but you're getting a bunch of other amps we didn't even talk about. We're talking about effects and this and that. So it's two different things in my opinion. I guess coming back to me, is kind of the round 1 is which one in my opinion sounds better. I 100% like the sound of the Friedman IR-X better. That's just plain and simple. I like it better. But when it comes to dynamics, when it comes to inspiration, it's not necessarily that way all the time. The dynamics on the Friedman IR-X are amazing, but they're also amazing on the Fractal. There's not been a really conclusive explanation in today's video. I apologize. I didn't see this coming when I thought of this video idea. I thought of trying this out. I thought it would be a clear, this is the winner. For me, the tone winner is the Friedman IR-X, but the overall winner it's not really decided. And I apologize. I hope you enjoyed the video anyways. It was very interesting, very fun doing this. If you like this style of video, let me know down in the comment. If you have any other ideas, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys back next time.